welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, if you have a Miele vacuum, and specifically the Miele Blizzard CX1, this vacuum video is for you. This is going to be a really quick one. I actually was working on a separate one about replacing the cord reel, and that's going to be up a little later. Um, I joined a couple of cool folks, really vacuum enthusiasts and shops and things, and this request went out. So I said, all right, let me stop the editing on that one. Let me make a contribution to the group, and I'm putting this together. Okay. All right, guys, this is for you. It's going to be real quick. So let me kind of get right to it, okay? So let's say you just really all this is doing, we're not going to be fixing anything. We're just going to find a way to get inside this unit so you can actually work on it. All right? Okay, so let's see if I can give you an overhead look at what we have going on here, and we'll get started. Let me shrink myself. Let me get myself out the way. You don't need to see me that much. All right. So to get inside this unit here, if you look, I'm gonna turn everything like on the side, so it's a little bit. If you kind of want to come back in and see the cord reel, I'm a little bit further away from it, but the way this camera is set up, that's what it is, guys. So just bear with me. Get yourself a flat, something like this. I had a spatula, and for some reason today I couldn't find it. It's like I have a little spatula, but you want something thin and flat that's going to allow you to get in these creases here. So you're going to get into this crease and you're going to follow it along here, okay, all the way across. All right, I took out the dustbin, so I just want to show you the back. And all the way along here, right? Okay, and you're going to be able to pop that out. Okay, so that's how you're going to get into this in the first place. All right, now you also going to have to get this off. Okay. And then you're also going to have to get this off, these guys. And then onto these, you're going to have some screws. Now, on the, let's say we start with the power switch. Right here next to that little power sign, you're going to find that there's a clip here. So it's, get your little spatula, pop it up so you don't break the clips, because you don't want to force it, okay? And then I'm also going to kind of pry here a little bit, okay? And this comes out. You see that? Okay. Do the same for the other side. Okay. Right here where the little cord sign is. If you just put a little bit of, just a little pressure, not, don't be in a rush, number one, and don't be brutish, okay? Brutish. Okay. Take your time like you're a surgeon. All right. Comes out. Okay. Clip is still intact. Okay. You need to make sure this clip is still intact so you can lock in. Now I recommend removing this little spring guy here. Okay. Just take it out, because what you don't want is this guy to just fall out somewhere and you don't know where it goes or what it belongs to. Okay. So now you notice we're exposing two screws here and here. Those are T20 torque screws. Okay. Then you're gonna go here on the sides. All right. Now one side has longer clips than the other. I believe this is the side with the longer clips. All right. And so you can. And now this is kind of a glass deal, so you have to be very careful and don't do it. So now the first clip is like this, like a quarter of an inch inside, or even a half an inch inside here, right about here. So you can kind of pry that and just kind of hold it in place so you can go get the other side. Let me show what I'm. Let me use another. Let me use another screwdriver, a flathead, to kind of show you what I mean. So let's say I do this. Okay, go in, and I'm just gonna kind of just hold it up a little bit, just like that, you know? You may have a better way, but this is just how I'm doing it, all right? So now these guys are up and out the way. Okay. If you notice, I kind of just shimmy that in there. I kind of pushed it further in to keep it from snapping back. All right. Now I'm gonna go on this side and just kind of do the same thing. Okay, do the same thing on this side. And then there's ultimately like in the middle, it's like something that snaps in. So just like I said, never force anything. Let me see. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something. Kind of pop it. Because it's just like a okay, surprise me. Is this is this little thing here. So you would just get something on the inside and just kind of pop this out. All right. Okay. All right. So now we're exposing some more screws. All right. We have two more screws, one here and one here. All right. So guys, bear with the fact that I wasn't able to get the proper video distance and all that other stuff. I have an overhead cam and I didn't. It's like on the fly. Okay. So, all right. So now that we got the hard part done. That's what we end up doing here. We got the hard part out the way. So, because this really can at this point can come up. Okay. Should be able to. Let's see. Yeah. See, so this hard part is out the way. See that? All right. Now, remember the position that this is in, because underneath this, I just dropped my screw. Give me a second, folks. Let me put all my screws in the right spot. Underneath this is in a particular position that this is in. This spot right here. Okay. So just remember that. Don't start twisting and taking these things off without realizing what position you were in on this end. Okay. All right. So remember that. All right. Okay. Now also remember these. Okay. Remember this stuff here. Okay. Okay. Because this is going to come in handy a little bit later on. You're going to need all these to be in this rightful spot. Okay, so take a picture if you have to. On this end, you have another setup because there's a little spring inside of here. Let me show you. And let me pull it apart so you can see. So there's a whole different setup here too. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind with all these things. Okay, so I would just keep this together. I keep these two guys together. All right. Okay. And now you can remove this. And this here is the filter. You just get the filter out of here. Okay, that's the filter. Okay, all right. Okay. So now we got all that. See that? All that is out. All right. Now you could do again, you could have done this before, but really you would want to remove this part first because that stuff is kind of sitting on this cover. See all inside here? Okay, that's just sitting on this. So you still want to get that. So now let's turn ourselves to the side. And you saw what I just did here? I put this onto here. It clips onto here. So just work your way around the perimeter. Okay, work your way around. See that? Work your way around. Just keep popping, pop, pop, pop. Hold on. Make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. So if you get one, you just move a little bit down. Okay, and then you move a little bit down to the next one. Move a little bit down. Just keep going all the way around the perimeter. And then this comes right off. Look. Now you could take this off before though. See this? Take this, you could just take this right out. You could just take this right out, okay? And then this comes right off. Okay. This is the body casing right here. You can see me in my little corner. And there you go. You have your cord reel. You have your uh this motor mount section here. And if you have to get to the cord reel, right, you're gonna have to remove your motor mount here. You're gonna have to remove this. If you need to switch this out, pull this up, and it just pulls right up, but you'd have to remove this first. You have one, two, three, four, okay, five, six screws right here. And it just comes right off, and then you can switch this out. Okay. All right. And be careful when you order these because I had an issue with this when I ordered mine. It just make sure it's the right exact one for yours. So it's probably good to have a maybe even go in and take it out and see the picture to see this live before you order and you get it in the mail and realize that they send you a different one. Okay, you don't want that because that happened to me already. And I gave them the model number and they sent it to me and it didn't fit. I had to send it back and I had to literally send them a picture of what I had. So just be mindful of that if you guys are ordering this. But that's it, guys. That's really what it is. Let me, you know what? Let me take my time and put it back together so you can see the reverse. Because sometimes, you learn on the reverse also. Okay. So let me switch the cam again. And again, guys, I'm sorry for the cam. Let me see if I can set this up so it's a little bit higher up and I can get a little better distance. Let's see if this works. Right, let's try this now. It's better. It's better. Not the best, it's better. All right. Okay, let's go in reverse. All right. So, all right. So I'm just gonna snap this in. Now, snap, snap. Everything's gonna pop back into place just like that. Nice and neat. Okay, let's make sure it's sealed off. Okay. Then, now remember when you take this out, you have to make sure you see these here. This has to go firmly in here, okay? So that's where your power switch is right here. So your circuit board's here and all that stuff is happening. You want to make sure that it's getting the power it needs, okay? So you don't want to fudge that. You want to make sure it's firm just to be on the safe side. I kind of push down a little bit on that to make sure it's in tuck. Okay, nice and tuck, okay? All right, next up. Let's get our guys in place. Okay. Okay. Now this is almost like a timer. Um, when it starts, because when it starts, this is gonna spin. And let's say, for example, your filter is too messed up, right? And it can't turn. Okay. It's gonna have a tough time starting the machine because it's all connected to this. Look at that. And this is my deductive kind of reasoning deal because the circuit board is sitting right on top of this and this is connected to it. So, and it's turning and is waiting for this thing to activate to give you the power to turn. And so you want to make sure that these things are in their rightful place. All right. Okay. If you notice here, these guys are also in tune with this. Okay. And look where this is positioned. This little tab right here is in tune with that. So everybody has a job to do. Okay. So you want to put them back together properly. All right. Okay. So make sure everybody is in their rightful place. Because one little move that's not correct on this can cost you a machine that's not running properly. Okay. You don't want that. Okay. Okay. Everybody's happy. Good. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. All right. Let's get our screws. Make sure we're gonna put this fella back in his rightful place. Okay. And let's get our screws. All right. Fantastic. So now before I put this back on, I want to test the power, okay? Because remember, like I said, these guys are tricky, and you want to make sure that everybody is happy. All right, guys. That's it. So just snap everything else back in place. Nice and neat. Look, this only goes in one way. So even if you try to put it in backwards, it wouldn't really go in properly backwards. Like, look, it looks like, but it wouldn't really fit. It doesn't really fit. So it only goes one way comfortably. Okay. And the same thing with your cord. This is your cord rewind. You really couldn't put it in backwards. So, even if you forget which side it's on, it only fits one way. Hopefully this video was able to help you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends to subscribe. And hey, I expect everyone in our group to subscribe. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. All right. Until next time. Bye bye.